Welcome to Buckeye Piper Cigar. Hit my damn music. And we're back. Doesn't that music just get you like ready to go? Football season. Let's go, Buckeyes. Little ways away. Hey, Piper May. Down here hanging with her dad. For some reason, this little dog loves the smell of cigar smoke. I haven't figured out why. But she just walks around me sniffing whenever I'm having a cigar. So wants to be out here, wants to hang, but doesn't leave my side. Just she's got good taste. What can I say? So hey, excuse me. Welcome back to another Buckeye Piper C store. We're gonna have some sweet tea. We're gonna finish this La Aroma de Cuba Original El Jefe, the Chief. We're not gonna finish it. We'll be done quicker than this, but hang with me. Thank you. Smoke on the water hat still. Amos Mosquitoes. I'm not sponsored by either. Maybe I should be. But that's a story for another day. So, I thought I'd give you a 2 for Tuesday. Buckeye Piper coming in hot with a 2 for Tuesday. So, thought we'd do a Buckeye C story. And I do not think this is one I've done in the past. And this one was the cherry Skoal debacle. Okay, so let me preface this by saying, in the small community I grew up in, many of the guys dipped. That's probably a video for another day. And I tried it once, sitting on the outside of Miller Sport on the old what was Roxy's Pizza, which is now getting redone, so I don't know who's going to have it, but the pizza joint. I had a 2 Big Macs and a large fry back when you can get them for $5 or so back in the day. Can't do that now. It's a video for another day. And thought I would try some cherry Skoal then. You know, because everybody else did it. Needless to say, that did not end well. And yeah, I lost all $5 of what I spent at McDonald's, or $6, whatever it was. That would have been about 1990. So we'll fast forward into my Navy career. And literally, I mean, well, I shouldn't say literally. Literally is a strong word, but it sure seemed like everybody either did smokeless tobacco, they chewed tobacco, or they smoked cigarettes. Like the whole shit. Like for a while, I'd go down and get me a pack of Marlboro Lights, and I'd go down and try to smoke with the guys in the smoke shack. And yeah, I was never a big smoker. Everybody in my family smoked. I actually tried to start smoking, and it just wasn't for me. As I smoke a cigar, but that's totally different than smoking cigarettes. Thank you very much. So everybody in my detachment was dipping smokeless tobacco. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll try this cherry Skoal one more time. Maybe I had a bad batch. Maybe it was just because I had McDonald's. Maybe it was because it was too sunny and hot out that day. I don't know. I just know that it was abnormal what happened. So, on the USS Seattle in 2003, probably July-ish, maybe August, somewhere in there. Cruise was almost over. We only had a few months left. So thought, you know what? Let's give this smokeless tobacco another try so I can fit in. because my job in the Navy was an aviation storekeeper. So I was in a detachment, literally the only AK. I had my good buddy Brian Larson, who was an AZ that we hung out with a lot. But other than that, everybody else was a maintainer. And they were pot of coffee and a pack of cigarettes kind of guys. Or a pot of coffee and a can of dip, literally. So I'm like, screw this. Let's go try this cherry Skoal one more time. My brother back in Ohio, he dipped cherry Skoal. How bad could it be? How bad could cherry Skoal, the weakest of the Skoals, apparently, be? Now, I'd had bandits back in the day when we played softball. I had some bandits, and they're all right. Didn't make me sick, so that was a plus. So we grab a can of cherry Skoal. I think Larson was with me. We go up to our office, and I'm like, you know what? It's just before chow time. No, yeah, it's about 4 o'clock. So it's a little before chow. So I think I'm going to try this one more time. So took me out a nice pinch, put it between my cheek and gum, and I knew right away that's when I fucked up. Because almost immediately, within a few minutes, I'm turning green at the gills. I'm trying to hold it in. I'm trying to do the best I can. Nope. Lunch came back to see me, and I was so sick that I skipped chow that night. Just went to bed. So moral of the story, I guess, for me is cherry Skoal is the devil. And maybe I'm not cut out to be a smokeless tobacco user. Just like I wasn't cut out to be a cigarette user. Oh, I was so sick. And at sea. So add that to it. Thank goodness we were in the med, which was kind of like glass, so you barely just get a little rocking and rolling, just a little. At night, it was just enough just to rock you to sleep. It was perfect. But even that little rock and rolling on a very upset stomach, nope. Threw that can away. To this day, have not tried smokeless tobacco. Now, I will admit, on occasion, I have been known to try and do some nicotine patches, some Velo, stuff like that, and they are fine. But whatever that tobacco, turns my stomach. As I'm smoking a cigar that would turn a lot of people's stomachs. How ironic is that? That's your sea story for the day. Everybody smoked and dipped and chewed, except Buckeye Piper. He couldn't handle it. So he did nothing. Just ate a bunch of junk food and drank a bunch of sodas. The old you fly, I'll buy method, which I think I've done a video on that, but that's a whole video unto itself. The you fly, I buy, or I buy, you fly. That was great barter back on the Navy days. So anyhow, cherry Skoal is the devil, and that was Buckeye Piper's Sea story from 1993. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you've had a similar experience with any kind of smokeless tobacco, you don't have to be too graphic. Drop it below deck, and would love to read about it, but yeah, not for me. Y'all have a great day. Keep your cherries hot and your sweet tea not. And we'll catch you on the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this 2 for Tuesday.